If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. My name is Unique, but girl, you can call me Nene. So today, I am not feeling like myself. I don't know what this feeling is, but it's really weird, and I thought I'd pick up the camera and record because not every day is gonna be rainbows and sunshine. Some days it's gonna be pure thunderstorms. So that's where we are today. So when I feel like this, I like to do a checklist of things that are gonna make me feel better. And one of those things is skincare. I feel like whenever I feel down, whenever I feel anxiety and things like that, skincare always does it for me. So we're gonna have a lot of little videos like this because it just makes me feel good to know that I'm taking care of my skin and I'm doing something for myself. Cleanser, CeraVe, was it a cream to foam? Hands down, best cleanser. Every skin type can use it. Amazing. Use my witch hazel, any kind of dew, Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe. It's really calming. I have some little breakouts over here from my cycle, so that kind of helps with calming it down. For my mask today, I'm going to be using the Origins Clear Improvement. I don't use this all the time, but I want to change it up today, so I was like, let's just use this one. I struggle with anxiety, and I think it's something important to talk about because I know a lot of people do. But I also wanted to stress the importance of knowing the difference. Knowing the difference between feeling anxious and having full-blown anxiety. Because I feel like a lot of people, you know, they're like, I have anxiety, my anxiety is really high and this and that. When really you're just anxious. For me, the way my anxiety hits me is I cannot breathe. I feel like the walls are closing in on me. And that is how I felt this morning. So sometimes my anxiety will literally wake me up out of my sleep. So this morning around 6 o'clock, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. I just woke up and, you know, when you can't breathe, you're in a panic. So I woke up in a panic and was just walking around my room, just praying and, you know, just trying to get some air, trying to breathe. If you struggle with anxiety, you know, a lot of times you have to mentally just calm yourself down. So I woke up, calmed myself down, but I could not really go back to sleep because, I mean, it's frightening not being able to breathe. Even now, like, I just feel like all day I've just been still coming down off of that attack. But I wanted to do some things and take care of myself today, and prayerfully that will kind of bring me back down even more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. There have been a lot of things going on, like nothing terrible, you know what I'm saying? Nothing, you know, super, you know, stressful or worrisome. Well, some worrisome. But I know in my my Bible study group, my WOW group, which, hey y'all, I know y'all watching, they're like some of my biggest supporters on here. There is an amazing woman in our group. Her name is Vanilla. And Vanilla said something on one of our last meetings that I've been carrying with me. And I hope she knows that I actually took this from her and that I have been applying it. But she said that sometimes stresses are not stresses. They're concerns. You know, stresses to me is, I don't know how I'm gonna make my rent. My car is about to be repossessed. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. You know, I just lost a loved one. I just, you know, major things. That's stress to me. A lot of other things are just concerns. And I'm so glad that she said that because even as an adult, sometimes we lack verbiage on how to express something. And for me, that is exactly how I'm feeling today. Is I have concerns that have been consuming my mind, my thoughts. And some of them are amazing concerns. You know, some of them, there has been so many horrific things that have happened this year. And then there are so many incredible things that are happening right now, you know, and I'm so thankful for it. But, you know, it doesn't mean that I still don't have, you know, concerns. I wanted to talk, you know, about anxiety and learning how to deal with anxiety, cope with it, and how I'm dealing. Because like I said, you know, I know I come on here and I try to be as positive as I possibly can. But some days just don't feel very positive. You know, yesterday was a busy day. There were a lot of things that just kept happening that were concerning. I kept getting a lot of text messages, phone calls of things that are just concerning. Some dealing with me, some dealing with family. And I think allowing all of that to pile up is what contributed to my anxiety attack this morning. You know, and I hate when I have these attacks because they really stick with me. Like, it's hard for me to shake an anxiety attack. It really is. It's hard for me to shake it. And I feel like it affects my day. As much as I don't want it to, it does. So I'm in this really weird space and I'm trying to pray my way through it. And, you know, tonight I have some sermons that I have saved on my phone that I need to watch, and probably just need to write. And, you know, luckily I have my therapy session on Friday, and I'll be able to talk a lot of this out with my therapist. It's easier for me to just get on here and just kind of talk, release, and, you know, do what I need to do for me. And hopefully by the time I end this video, I feel a lot better. I feel the way I feel, and I have to really own that right now. Own the way that I feel and do the best that I can to get it under control. Like I told y'all before, I cannot go without these, what is this, Clean Skin Club towelettes. A must have. I run through these things. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my mask. So I'm gonna work on, I'm working on hydrating my skin today. I've been drinking like a lot of water today, and I'm gonna go to the store and get me some coconut water, because coconut water is extremely hydrating. So I'm gonna go and get me some of that and try to just relax. I was gonna go walking today, and it is boiling outside. Like, even early this morning, it was boiling outside. And I just thought today wasn't the day for that. Today was the day for me to really just relax and not go anywhere, because I always say, you know, I'm gonna stay at home today, I'm not gonna do nothing today. And then before I know it, I'm at the store, or I'm shopping, or I'm finding something to do. Like, I need to relax. I need to rest. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that, and not to say there's anything wrong with this, there's not, but I'm not one of those people that when there's something going on emotionally or mentally, they're like, okay, I need a distraction. I need something to do. I need, you know, that is not always the case with me. You know, sometimes, you know, depending on what it is, maybe, but majority of the times I like to feel what I feel. Feel what I feel and deal with what I'm feeling. Because if I don't, it's just going to come up later, or it's going to come up on a more grander scale. So in order for me not to have to do that, I just try to deal. You know, you just have to sit in it for a minute and figure it out so that you can get past it. And that's what I'm doing today, is just figuring out, what is this that's sitting on me? Why am I so, you know, concerned about so many things? And, you know, it's a lot. And on top of it all, I'm dealing with a lot of pain. So whenever I feel anxiety and stress, worry, whatever it is, I get flare-ups. So I got a flare-up, and whenever I get a flare-up, which are in my eyes get really inflamed and really painful, I have to go and see my eye doctor. So I had a flare-up, and I had to call my eye doctor, and he's my sarcoidosis specialist. So I go and see him, and he has more concerns because the medication that I'm on and that I've been on is some of the strongest medication. So he's then concerned with, okay, you're still having flare-ups, but you're on this high dose medicine and you're taking it every week. So he's like, okay, we might have to refer you to, another doctor that studied under him, that, to get his opinion on some things and see what they can do. And there's a new medication that they want to experiment with, which would include me getting an eye injection. So I used to get eye injections all the time, like literally every 3 months. I would get one injection in this eye, and then 3 months later, get an injection in the other eye. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It never got routine to me. It never stopped being scary. It never stopped being painful. It would keep me up the night before. I would be up like, oh, tomorrow's the appointment. I gotta get this injection. Like, oh my God, like, So when he said that, it was just like, are you kidding me? Like, really? So gotta look into that, which I'm just gonna deal. God is in control. He's gonna get everything settled. So I'm not gonna fear that. I'm just gonna let God do what he needs to do. Another thing is that I am in constant pain because of a C-section that I had with my son. I kept being told time and time again, you have a cyst, an ovarian cyst. I kept going to the hospital. I kept going to my gyno, and they just would just say it's a cyst. It's a cyst, it'll go away. And so I remember the last time I went to the ER, there was a technician there. And, Black women don't always get the proper care that we need. I don't know what it is, but we don't. And I feel like a lot of times when we go into these kind of situations with an issue or a medical issue or something like that, we kind of get looked at as, you'll be fine. I went in and the technician was this woman. And people might disagree, and that is fine. But for me, I personally prefer male doctors over female doctors, just from my personal experience, because with male doctors, I feel, or I've experienced, that they just go by how you feel. They're like, okay, you feel this way, let's treat this, And a lot of times, from my experience with the women doctors, they've been more so like, oh, I've dealt with that. Like, you'll be fine. Your pain is a 10. Really? It's crazy. It should really be like a 4. I know my body. So I'm telling you how I'm feeling. So don't negate how I feel. And because, I'm the one on this table. She was like, oh, we see just a little cyst on your ovary. It's fine, whatever. It'll go away. And I remember asking her, I was like, well, are you supposed to feel cyst from the outside of your body? And she's like, oh, no, you're not supposed to. And I was like, okay, well, I can. I was like, there's a big hump on my pelvic bone that I can feel. And she just completely dismissed it. The first 2 days of my cycle, I'm forcing myself to get out of bed to do my regular responsibilities, and I'm having a hard time with it. And it just got worse after I had my son, which was 2 years ago. And I noticed this year has gotten a lot worse. And so I finally saw another doctor, and I was referred to a general surgeon. I go in and he's like, well, he's asking me all these questions. And the questions were so intriguing to me because nobody had ever asked me these questions. All the doctors I've seen, all the emergency rooms I've gone to, nobody has ever asked me these questions. So he's like, you know, when you're on your cycle, like, does it feel heavier? Does it feel this way? Do you feel that way? And I'm like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. So he's like, let's, lay back, let's take a feel, let's see what's going on. So he feels, and he's like, oh yeah, I feel it. And he feels the other side and there's nothing there. And he's like, yeah, there's a really big difference from your left side and your right side. And so he's like, I really feel like you have endometriosis. Never dealt with it. Never heard nobody say anything like that to me, never. So he's like, yeah, you had a C-section and it's something called an endometrioma. And it's growing outside of your pelvis. So he's like, yeah, we need to remove it and this and that. So this last week, I've been dealing with like booking the surgery, scheduling pre-op and doing all this stuff and getting the details of what's going to happen, and even researching on YouTube, other women who've had this experience, because I personally have never really dealt with anybody who's had this particular surgery, at least not that I know of. That had been on my mind, and, still trying to function and get things settled because I don't know how long I'll be down, and I don't know what's going to happen. And he's given me like 2 options of how the procedure could go, depending on how big it is when they pull it out. So, any kind of surgery is nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. It's exciting because you're like, oh my God, could I really not be in pain anymore after being in pain for all these years? Could I really be pain-free when it comes to that? Are my cycles going to be lighter? Is life going to get easier after this? You're like, okay, I could be down for 3 days, or depending on how it goes, I could be down for 6 weeks. So as a mother and a wife, my mind is kind of reeling like, okay, I'll get me and my kids situated. Got to get this done if I'm going to be down, if I can't lift it, So my mind is reeling because of that as well. So for me to be planning all of this while having so much stuff just going on, I know that's the reason why I had this anxiety attack. I know that's why. But I also know that in times like this, who and what to turn to. And that's why today I really want to dedicate today to caring for myself, doing what I need to do for me while I have the opportunity to. And then tonight, just dedicating my night to just spending time with God and allowing Him to remove some of this off of me. Because like I said before, and I will say it again and again and again, He wants to be invited into every part of your life. So I can't sit and stress and worry and be concerned about all these things, and the whole time I'm like, oh, I never told God about it. Oh, I never, I'm worried about it, but I ain't never talked to Him about it. I felt it necessary to talk about this. Let me rinse this off. That alone felt so good. That mask is really nice and it rinses off so nice. Just needed to vent, and I'm so thankful and appreciative of y'all allowing me to get on here and express myself, because I be on here looking crazy. Y'all, I just don't understand y'all. I get on here looking crazy. If y'all knew me in real life like that, y'all would be amazed that I'm getting online in front of dozens of people and recording myself looking like this, and it's forever gonna be on the internet. Like, that amazes me. It is days like this where it feels the most important. You know what I mean? Like, I try to motivate, I try to uplift, I try to encourage as much as I can. But sometimes I need encouragement. And I think, you know, check on your strong people. Check on the people in your life that you like, man, like they got it. They fine. They gonna be all right. They got it together. Check on them because they're not okay. Whew, that feels good. I feel better already. I feel more relaxed already, and that's what I needed. I needed to relax. I've already done a lot of things today, which I am very proud of. I've taken care of a lot of things today, you know, in preparation for all of the things that we have going on. I only have maybe like 2 more calls to make that are more so separate things, and those are a little more exciting things, but I've taken care of a lot of things today. So this is my mask. I just put maybe about a dime size in my hand, and then I literally just put a drop of this in there. But I like hearing from y'all. I want to know the things that you do when you're feeling, you know, down, anxious, sad, just when you're having one of these days. It's about what you do for you that makes the most difference. So I want to know what y'all do for yourselves. I am done with my skincare. My skin feels super soft and I feel so much more relaxed. I am probably about to go get dressed and get this coconut water, and I'm just gonna sit down and hydrate myself and watch some YouTube videos and just relax. If you have not heard it yet today, you are loved, you are special, you are beautiful, you are everything that is right in this world. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so that you know when I upload a new video. And until the next time, I will see you in the next video.